All right, that's fair.
Welcome to the Pooh Show, hosted by Hafeman Bros. We're talking green and gold, and shouting, "Go Pack, go!"
Welcome to the Pooh Show, where everyone is welcome, except Viking fans and Bear fans.
We had Viking
Maybe-
Mo on last week.
Oh yeah, it's true. And you
So
were
you
like
don't really-
Viking Ben last week.
No, only
Well,
when
everyone's-
only when drunk Jason is around. Then I'm Viking Ben. You were so
Actually-
freaking hammered. You didn't know what you were
Everyone-
talking about.
Is that different? Is that any different
No,
than normal?
it doesn't matter whether you're drunk or not. You still don't know what you're talking about. So yes, I agree. It's there's no difference there.
So anyway, well, I guess we are pretty welcoming, aren't we? We welcome in different perspectives. We welcome in different fans bases. We got Bears fans, Raiders fans. We've had Viking fans plenty, and we've had even like we haven't had a Lions fan yet. But anyway,
I'm kind of a Lions fan
you were kind of like half Lions fan, so I get it.
because we like
we're
the
kinda-
underdog guys, and it's
Hell
they're kind
yeah.
of like the underdogs.
Yeah, that's the opponent coming up. But we got a game to talk about, the review, and then we'll enjoy the game Thursday night, and we'll talk about that one. But right now,
Yeah,
Ben-
well, I'm not a Lions fan Thursday night.
well, I know, me neither. No,
Yeah,
I understand.
I'm Packer fan Thursday night.
Hell yeah, Packers gonna win. I feel good. I feel excited. Anyway, but we gotta look at this
I
last
don't really feel that good.
game. I know, but
Well,
come on,
gee.
man. They showed fight. They came back. These are things that I don't know that we would have seen if number 12 was around. So, and we'll talk about that too. There's evidence. WMG, Pack needed to win badly after the way things ended versus Atlanta, and they did. They did. They overcame their coach's mistakes and still won. And we'll look at some film Ben's put together. Hey, y'all, prediction was closer. It's true, David. Your prediction was pretty damn close. I was trying to remember what ours were. Mine was pretty far off. Damn.
Mine was 24-14, so it was over by halftime
Damn.
because they gave
I
it
gotta-
17.
The only thing I'll say is this before you get into the tape is I was by mom and dad because everything that's going on.
And
then
you
I
gave
said-
up on the Pack.
I did not give up. I did not.
You gave
I
up
had to
on
go.
the Pack, and you left your parents high and dry.
No, I told them as I walked out, I had to leave right before the fourth quarter, or right as the fourth quarter, or after it started. And I was like, you guys enjoy that fourth quarter comeback. And they're like, yeah. Dad's like, Mama. Dad was all pessimistic like the whole time. It's over. They can't come back. I mean, it's like 14-0. He's like, it's over. They're not going to do it. They're not going to come back. I'm like, what?
Well,
You don't know.
They gave us no reason to think they could. So it's
I
not
don't
like
care.
I
You
don't-
have to know. NFL games are crazy. Stuff can change in
Well, I can
a
tell you
couple
this.
minutes.
I didn't get to watch the game. I had to listen to it. I had to listen to Larry and
Ooh,
what's his face?
Wayne.
Wayne Larrabee and Larry and Larry I had to listen to. And let me tell you, even those guys sound depressed on the radio by the time the third, fourth quarter started. So I was not actually what happened was this. I listened to about halfway through the third quarter or so, and then my phone was getting low and I had to go pick up my Chinese. So I was like, screw it, I'm out. Went to go pick up my Chinese, drove home, plugged in my phone, start listening again, and all of a sudden that was when it was the start of fourth quarter. And we had the whole botched weird throw on 4th and 2 to
Ugh.
Taylor or whatever. And then I was like, it's done. Like, why am I even listening to this crap anymore? And I almost turned it off. But then my daughter and my wife came home immediately, and then they had to watch some stupid crap on TV. So I was like, I guess I'll come upstairs and just listen to the
Smart.
radio some more.
Yeah.
So-
Don't listen to it. Don't watch
Right.
dumb crap.
So what did
Alright,
you
we'll see what
say?
kind
So
of film
you were giving mom and dad the hopes of the fourth quarter comeback.
I just said you guys enjoy that fourth quarter comeback, and I walked, and then they're like, yeah. I'm like, it's happening. And then I listened to it on the radio, and as it was happening, I was like, I knew it. And then as soon as it got done happening, I FaceTimed him right away. And Sarah's like, aren't you driving? I'm like, yeah, but I need to gloat because I said it. Fourth quarter comeback. Boom. Packers win it 18-17.
So they answer your FaceTimes. They never answer my FaceTimes. Not one time. I called mom 3 times the other
Not
day.
one time?
Never, not once
Not one
picked
time?
it up. Called dad, didn't pick up.
I guess they like me more.
I guess so. That's nothing new.
All right, let's get to the tape. I got a whole bunch of things to say, but not too many. But but let's get to the tape. What does David say? You have to remember 12 is no longer our quarterback. That's right, David, and that's one of the only reasons we came back in the game. Jordan Love doesn't give up. Aaron Rodgers would have threw in a couple towels by then.
What are we looking at first? What do you want to look at first? You tell me.
You tell me.
A big long defensive video.
Right. The reason they were able to stay in the game was
let's
the
do that first.
Held it down. Yeah.
All right, let's do that first. Let's do the defensive videos first. Don't give me a second to get my. It's a long defensive video. That's all I'm gonna say.
And because we got a Thursday night game, we're gonna have to do the silent but deadly player tonight. We're gonna have to do all that stuff tonight. So we got to get rolling.
We got to talk about the Thursday game.
Rolling. Maybe a little bit.
So it's gonna be a long son of a gun here tonight, bro.
You gotta.
I hope everybody's ready. I do not work tomorrow. Today was my 8th day in a row, and I finally got off. So praise the Lord.
I got to work early.
So I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow. My wife's birthday is Thursday, and she's already mad that I am watching the Packers instead of hanging out with her on her birthday. But that's the rules. She knows the rules. I got Amazon Prime. It's like the only time I can watch the damn game is when it's on Amazon Prime. Otherwise, I can't watch it around here. I could have watched the stupid Vikings lose on Sunday, but they didn't show the Packer game around here. They showed the stupid Vikings.
Poor Viking Mo. Now he's even sadder.
Yeah, whatever. Who cares?
More sad. All right. Well, we care a little bit. We like Viking Mo. All right. What am I looking at here?
All right. This is a super long video about the defense. Let's see. I'm gonna have it in half speed again because sometimes my video gets wacky. What we're gonna look at here is Devondre Campbell, and I understand he's in the zone, and in this play, it actually kind of is helpful.
He's in a zone, but not the zone.
Well, he's good there because we got guys coming in his zone here. This is the play before the touchdown where they try to go after Rasul deep, and that was dumb. Come on, man. So then they're like, okay, well, let's take a big fat guy. Well, he's not fat, but a big guy right here, and have him go after Rasul, who's over here. And you got Rudy Ford. You got 3 guys. So as you're seeing, Campbell's moving to the middle of the field. And he's looking at Derek Carr. There's only 2 receivers on this side of the field. He also has back safety help back here, right? Mm-hmm. So really, what he should be worried about is what's going on in front of him and possibly cheating over this way, maybe. I don't know. But he's kind of got to be in the middle because of all the stuff going on. It's not his fault. Quay Walker is here. He's going to take the flat guy, the running back who goes to the flat. And then we know Jimmy Graham, who's lined up at tight end, is going to come and sneak in over here. And we got poor Sewell, who's, 5 inches shorter than he is. Devondre Campbell sees it. He just doesn't really move that fast. And this is slow motion, so it's even going to look slower. But you think he'd be able to get there and make a play, but he, of course, doesn't because he never moves that fast, and he never attacks.
I also think on that play, like when I saw it, even in real time, I was like, why wouldn't you at least dive and try? Like, it's kind of
get your hand in
effort.
There. It's
just
third
dive.
Down.
Yeah, I mean, because if you tip that pass, you force a field goal. Like, he's seeing it.
Okay, so right now his arm is
Carr's
cocked and ready the ball, and he's looking this way.
Yeah.
So Campbell should be.
He moves over there, but I just was disappointed in the effort. I'm like, dive. Come on. Like, lay out for it. Disappointed. Yeah, maybe it's too far out of his.
I think it was a fast. I don't think he could have got there. But the bottom line is he just moves slow in general.
Yeah.
Now this I only have 2 bad plays. This is the punt return touchdown against us, and the reason why it worked is because all of our guys, like, they don't stay true to their lane. They have levels are bad, and they're all in between the hash marks almost.
Yeah,
and there's nobody over to help except for a couple guys, and they're way too far back. And at that point, it's over. Oof. And then you got, a bunch of slow white guys trying to catch this super fast guy. It ain't going to happen. So when you watch it from the other angle, you'll see a little bit different view of what's going on. But yeah.
I feel bad for Whelan. I didn't want him to pull anything there. He was running super hard trying to catch the guy. And I'm like, dude, we need you. Don't pull nothing there. You're a punter, buddy.
He still moved pretty fast. He's as fast as DeGuara and all these other guys.
I know.
And somehow Musgrave, I don't know what Musgrave's doing. He gets his butt kicked and he kind of is poking it. So I don't know what's up with that.
They all got sucked up, and then guys overran it, and that's kind of the other problem.
Oh, that guy's holding him. 45 is holding him the whole way. So as you're looking, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 9, 10 guys all over here. And there's just somebody, I don't know who this is. It might be Savage or somebody over here all by himself with 2 guys to block him. And there's this big, giant space, right? And I was wondering, like, maybe they didn't see the ball, or maybe they didn't see where the defender was, or where the the receiver is. But these guys can clearly see he's here. So I don't know why some of them didn't try to go after him. They all shoot straight and then try to come across. It's really terrible. Like, lane discipline is awful. Because look, he's almost to the 30. These guys are all at the 30, and they're trying to go back this way now. Like, didn't they see him sitting here? Like, he was all by himself. Like, this guy, you know, there's at least these 2 for sure.
Right, and neither of them had anybody block them. They weren't engaged in blocks, so they had clear lanes, and they completely overran it by now. Like, what are they doing?
I don't know.
They just they all overran it.
Yeah, and they were just like, they weren't looking at where the guy who's the receiver of the kick is, and they weren't looking at any. I don't know what was going on. It was just ugly and stupid and bad. So we get that out of the way. 2 bad plays, scores touchdowns. Okay, now we're going to look at a bunch of really good plays. A bunch of really good defensive plays, and a lot of them are by 2 particular players. But this first one's going to be the Kenny Clark sack, where Kenny Clark decided to show up right away and actually do something. He schools the center, goes right through the middle, smack-a-whacka. Derek Carr can't move. Easy sack for Kenny Clark. He doesn't have to be fast to make that sack. Great job. Uses his strength. Great job.
And that was on 3rd down, too, so it ended a drive.
Perfect, yes. Now we're going to see on this play, we're going to watch this poor right tackle who I don't think is any good. I can't remember what his name is, but he's pretty bad. But because he got schooled all day long. On this one, you're going to see here Kingsley Inagbari or however the hell you say his name, is going to school past him on a chase down run play. And this guy can't even touch him barely because Kingsley's so fast. So here he goes. See ya. Schools him right away and makes a tackle. Now, we also had nice pressure here. Kenny Clark, actually TJ Slayton. Nice job by TJ Slayton holding up there and holding up that running back, so he kind of had to slow down a little bit so that Kingsley can get around and make the play. Pretty nice, eh?
That's great pursuit from the backside, coming right down the line. You know, he beat the guy with the swim to the outside, actually, but then closed down the line because he saw the running back had the ball. That's awareness and good, the technique on exactly what you should do. He didn't go too wide. He didn't go too far upfield, all that good stuff. Well done.
All right, so now we're going to watch. There's 2 guys in this game who were all over the place and making good plays. And on this one, we're going to watch one of them right here. Is my cursor like giant sized, or is it tiny looking for you?
It's a little small. I mean, it's normal size.
Well, I have it giant sized here. How come for me it's giant sized and for you it's tiny? It's making me mad.
I don't know. Let me check the tape. I got to go back and check the tape on that, Ben.
What?
Let me check. I'm talking like the Packers do. I got to check.
Anyways, we're going to watch McDuffie, who's now in the game because, of course, our high-priced inside linebacker got hurt. And you're going to see McDuffie in pass coverage here does a very good job. He goes back to about the 20-yard line and then attacks and pursues and makes a tackle. Right here on this tight end who sneaks out. He reads it. He's coming down. It's a big tackle, big tight end, but he stops it before the first down. Good play.
And he's not a big guy. He's undersized. They knew that. I mean, that's why part of the reason he was a 6th-round pick, because he's only like 220 something.
Right, but he makes a lot of plays in this game. He attacks, and when he sees it, he goes. Unlike Campbell, and it's just kind of sad. Like you'll see, as soon as he sees the ball thrown, he's gone. And this is slow motion, so he doesn't look that fast. But trust me, he's moving.
If he got his head out in front, he would have cut that guy off sooner.
I know.
That's the head. Remember the head explanation I gave a couple years back? Ty Summers, why you missed him?
Yeah, well, Ty Summers. Okay, so this next one, we're going to watch a pick play up on top here. No, down here. On the bottom of the screen, you got Jimmy Graham. He's going to come through.
Jimmy Graham in this game. Yuck.
Well, he does a lame pick play, which then gets the receiver here open, and Eric Wilson hustles, but it's a little bit too late to get the first down. But I'm just going to show you the hustle of Wilson, who's got to come from all the way over here because Jimmy Graham just pretty much runs over Rudy Ford, and they don't call pass interference, even though they should, which then opens up this easy play. That was the whole play. It was just, Jimmy Graham run over Rudy Ford and then just turn around and get a 1-yard pass to get the first down. So, but we're just going to watch. Wilson does a good job. Who came in for Campbell once in a while. He was in there. He's seeing. He's trying to go. As soon as the ball's thrown, he makes his move. But, there's not much you can do when you're only losing 1 yard, and he's mad because he didn't get over there to break it up. But what are you going to do? It's not his fault. All right. Now we're going to watch McDuffie again. He's right in the middle of your screen on the bottom hash mark, right? You can't see my... He's going to go back in coverage, get the back out of the backfield. Immediate tackle for no gain. Take him down with a little help from Rudy Ford.
Rudy Ford, 7 tackles in this game.
Nice coverage. Nice eyes, good communication. He's always communicating with everybody. By the way, he's talking to Quay Walker. He talks to Rudy Ford. There's another play he talks to Savage later on. I don't know if they targeted him once he was in the game, thinking that maybe he's gonna not be able to tackle well or what, but they were wrong because he made almost all the tackles that I saw on the tape. Did a great job. Now on this play, you're gonna watch TJ Slayton's going to get a holding call because he hands to the face or something because he totally destroys this guy in front of him. But also, McDuffie makes a tackle. So either way, it was a great play. Oh, maybe not that great. But it's more about TJ Slayton. And now he turns around and says, hey, where's the flag? Yeah, there you go. All right, that's right. I like that flag. Yeah. That's what TJ Slayton says. So you're going to watch him right here. He's right behind the flag. You're going to see him push and shove the freaking right guard or left guard. And then he kicks his butt so bad, left guard grabs his helmet and rips him down, which is either hands to the face or holding call, one of the two, which pushes it back, and that stalled the drive. So that's another good play. It's not going to show up in the stat sheet other than a penalty on the Saints, but now we're going to watch Rashawn Gary. No, I was wrong. Now we're going to watch Savage. Ooh, this is a good one.
Yeah.
Watch Savage. He's up at the top of the screen. When they move in motion, him and Ford switch spots, and Ford goes to deep safety. Savage has got to cover the flat from way back here. Look at that. He's 15 yards away.
God.
And the guy only gets 4 yards. And Quay Walker was closer, but Savage just beelined there and made a play. He's way more aggressive this year. He's playing like a guy who wants to make some money. And I wish he would have played more like this last year.
Yeah.
But I'm going to give him some credit when it's due.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he was way back there. And watch him and Rudy Ford. They're communicating. Okay, you got to take now that they're moving in motion. You take the back. I'll take the deep side. And watch, you can see Quay Walker is way in front of where Savage is, but Savage is so fast he beats him there.
Yeah, like last year, 2 years ago, he pisses around on that, waits for the guy, then gets juked, and maybe makes a tackle downfield or doesn't. But like this. You keep seeing it in these first 3 games. Like, even against Atlanta, like he was attacking and trying to make plays. I mean, I don't know what to say. I can't say, is it just the contract? Is it the Packers said this is it? You either earn a contract with us or you're out. I don't know what the hell happened or what the conversations were, but he is a very different player so far.
Yeah, let's wait and talk about Savage at the end of the video, okay?
All right.
Just because I got some more Savage to show you in a little bit. So right now we're going to watch Rashawn Gary in the bottom of your screen. He's going to school this right tackle again, who's having just a terrible game, and get the sack. Like, he didn't even put up a fight. It was kind of sad. But there also was good coverage on the back end. So that, of course, helps. But still, it was Gary pretty much beat that guy in like a second, which you're going to see again from this angle. And he got no help from the fullback on this for some reason. I don't know why. Yeah, he just walked right past him like an idiot. Should have chipped him, didn't. That's the fullback's mistake there. Easy sack. 1 of 3 for Gary in the game. That was the first one. Now you're going to see McDuffie right here and Kenny Clark. They're going to do a really good job on this run play. If you look here, McDuffie's coming into the hole. This guy's going to try to come off. You're supposed to do a double team on TJ Slayton, but Slayton moved to the outside. They're doing kind of like a stunt. with McDuffie going into the inside, and then Slayton's taking this gap. So these guys are switching spots, which is usually you see that more from a defensive line. But at this play, we see it from a linebacker and a defensive lineman, which kind of messes up all these guys. And now the left guard is not able to get back over to get on McDuffie, and the fullback totally whiffs on McDuffie as well. And before you know it, McDuffie's in the hole. And then Kenny Clark also beats his guy around. So it's a really nice play by McDuffie there too, able to get around, do a little cheat move with Slayton, beat the guard, and get in there and make a tackle. He's all over this film. Now we're going to watch Rasul Douglas on the top of the screen. He's going to vacate, let this guy go because he reads it's a screen pass by looking at the inside offensive lineman. He says, screw it. I know what this is. It's a screen pass. No way. I don't even care about my guy anymore. I'm going to go make a tackle. Big tackle for loss once again by Rasul because he's smart. Nothing wrong with that. He's the best. Everybody knows it. This is just the other angle of the same play. And most corners wouldn't do that. Most corners would sit back and cover their receiver deep. But because Rasul's got his eyes in the backfield and he's not just watching the quarterback, he's also watching the offensive lineman. He reads that it's a screen and jumps on it. Now this is the second sack by Rashawn Gary going up against his poor right tackle. And this is the one that takes Derek Carr out of the game, which I think is one of the main reasons why the Packers had a chance to win it. If you look at the coverage here, on the bottom of your screen, you got Ballantyne doing a pretty good job. He's giving ground low, but this is a 3rd and 10 play. And then here we got double coverage on 13. And we got Nixon covering 22. And they really only have this shallow route. So Carr doesn't want to throw it here. He's looking for Thomas in this area. But Rasul Douglas is going back to take that spot away. Plus, he also got Savage back there. So, or maybe that's Rudy Ford. Actually, it's Rudy Ford. Savage is down here in the robber spot. He's looking at this inside running back out of the backfield. So it's a little bit of pretty good coverage. Carr can't throw it because Rasul takes him away. And then Gary takes him and slams him to the ground, hurts him, knocks him out of the game. So there you go. Team defense leads to a Gary sack. Of course, Gary gets all the credit, but it was good coverage on the back end, and Carr was just too afraid to throw it. So there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, because he wised up. So it was 29 back there. You don't want to.
Let's look at this. You get the double inside backer blitz on that too. I think that kind of messed him up too. I think he was maybe looking at the rush on that play. Dumb move by him.
Yeah, because he certainly had time to get rid of the ball to the shallow guy. But
now we want to watch the nose guard, TJ Slayton. He's going to beat a double team and tackle the running back right here. He's getting double team, beat the double team, get the running back, sit on him. That's a nice TJ Slayton move right there. Look at him.
Brah, gobble him up. Gobble.
That is a Gilbert play right there. That gives 93 some love. Can't beat that play.
Yeah.
Now you're going to watch. He's playing great. Now you're going to watch McDuffie again and TJ Ford. Don't bite on this. And they go straight there. They try to do like a end around. But McDuffie and Ford hold their ground. McDuffie is right here above the left tackle. He's kind of going toward the hash mark. And then Rudy Ford is on the top. And even Preston Smith does a pretty good job. They all rotate. I don't know why they hand this ball off because they're all over there. Preston's too slow, but Rudy Ford's there, does a good job. McDuffie, Preston. It's all hustle. Good defensive play. Stops him in his tracks. No gain. This play is really cool. There's another Savage attacking from the back again, stopping him from getting a first down. The thing I want you to watch is when there's a shift on the play. Watch McDuffie. He's talking right here. He's talking to Savage. He's telling him, "Hey, I'm moving over. I need you to look out for this slot because the running backs lined up over here, so they got more receivers in that end." And Savage does do exactly what he asked him to do, which is look out for that slot, and he comes up and makes a tackle immediately. Savage missed one tackle in the game, but otherwise he was pretty dang good and attacking on a lot of them. Now this play This is a kickoff before the big Savage kickoff. They do the exact same play. They tried it the first time. What they're going to do is a switch. Savage is on the outside all the way to the left of the screen, and he does an insides move. Problem is, this guy, the return man, sees it and cuts back, but he cuts back into a big mess, and DeGuara is there to take him down. And the reason why I wanted to show that was because the very next kickoff, which was after we scored the touchdown and the 2-point conversion, was when Savage made that tackle in the back as soon as the guy got the ball pretty much on the kickoff. And it's the same exact play, except this time the return man tries running to the middle of the field, and Savage jukes to the inside and takes him out at the 15. It's basically the same exact thing, just the receiver or the return man did, instead of going to the outside, he tried to go back to the inside, and Savage took him down. Another good tackle. This is just the same, different angle of it, but you're going to watch Savage on the outside left. He comes all the way down to about the 25-yard line, and him and the first inside guy switch spots by the inside guy going to the outside, which takes away this blocker from getting Savage. And then Savage is free because they do that little stunt, which gives him a free shot at the tackle, and he does a good job, makes a tackle. And then the last play I have is just Savage. Once again, he's lined up on the bottom hash mark, about the 20-yard line. And what you're going to see is, based on this, they're going to blitz all of these guys because it's do or die time. We can't let them get any more yards, right? So you're going to see pretty much 6 guys going to the quarterback. And they keep a lot of guys in to protect. They're doing a six man protection, actually 7-man protection. And the routes are simple. You got a deep route here, a deep route here, and then Michael Thomas, who's in the inside slot, is going to do an out route. And because they're playing like a man or some kind of weird thing, they think they got this clear, and they're expecting Thomas to catch this ball here. And there's no way that the safety would be able to get there to make the tackle. But Savage is aggressive and takes off immediately and goes straight to Thomas because he reads it and knows that Thomas is going to the flat. Even though these two guys on the bottom of the screen, I think it's Rasul Douglas and Keyshawn Nixon, are both in man coverage, so they have to stick with their guy. They're not even worried about Thomas. And Savage has to make a beeline and get that tackle, or else it would have been either a first down, which would be the 22-yard line, or an easier field goal. But Savage comes from way back here, goes around Rasul to get there and make that tackle on Thomas for like a 2-yard gain, 3-yard gain, which leaves it to be a 46-yard field goal, which of course we know they missed, and we won the game. So the bottom line is there's 2 guys, I think, in this game that really covered a lot of ground, kept them scoreless in the second half, and made really smart plays. And sometimes they were wrong, but they attacked and they were aggressive. And those 2 guys were Savage and McDuffie. Both of those guys were making tackles. They didn't miss tackles. They attacked. They read the defense, or they read the offense. They read their assignment, and they went and made the tackle. And that's something that, like, I don't know if, like, watching the game back, if you just watched it live, I don't think you really realized how many plays are made by McDuffie and Savage. But when you watch the L22, not only do you see all the tackles they made, you see a lot of those, especially Savage, is coming from 15 yards back, 10 yards back. He's reading it immediately, and he's going. And that's not the same Savage we saw in the past. So that's why, like, I really, like, if you want to talk about it, like, we called him Darnell Suckage last year. And it wasn't because of his play or his skills. It was because of his effort. And this shows us that when he does use his effort, he can make plays. He can be a key member of this team to stop other teams from doing things. And then when we have a good pass rush and guys up front who can mess up things, that allows Savage to play deep. And then when he sees it, he could go, because there's not very often the quarterback's going to have enough time to get off a pass to a deep receiver, because we got such good pass rush. So I'm really excited the way Savage is playing. I liked him when they drafted him. I was just downing him because of his effort the last 2 years. So that's what I just wanted to show all those videos, because I was like, after watching all 22, I was like, dang, McDuffie's everywhere. Savage is everywhere. These guys are making key stops on third down, or on first down, they're getting them with like only getting 1 yard, where a lot of times we watch in the first half, they're giving up, 6 yards, 7 yards on first down. That wasn't happening as much in the second half. So I'd say those 2 guys are my players of the game. I know Rashawn Gary got 3 sacks, but Savage and McDuffie stopped drives on multiple times. And those sacks were great. Don't get me wrong. It's just, I think those guys really played great.
Well, I will say one of those sacks came on like first down, and then the Saints still got a first down in that series of downs. So, sacks on third down are awesome. Sacks on first down sometimes are good, but sometimes not. Darnell Savage, look, dude, hey, we're fair. And he still, missed time to jump last week, but at least he knew where the ball was.
Yeah, that's true.
He's playing so much better in all phases, but the biggest thing that he's doing much better, like you said, is just attacking and being aggressive. And that was something we didn't see at all in the last 2 years for sure. And I don't remember really it being that way before that either. So who knows what the motivation is? Is it because it's a contract year only? Is it because something else clicked? Is it because the team chose to stick with him and that meant something to him? I don't know. But I don't know. It's awesome and we'll take it and we need it. And when you look at, and everybody was whining and complaining and saying how terrible these safeties were, right? Safety, the scariest, worst position. And you look at how Rudy Ford's been playing, 7 tackles
played
again.
awesome.
I mean, our safeties, David pointed out earlier, both the safeties played really well in this game.
Rudy Ford had the highest PFF
awesome.
grade of all our defenders in this last game. And he was one of the top 2 or 3 last week's game too. I mean, it's like the 2 safeties are the 2 that have been playing the best when you compare them to Devondre Campbell and Jair Alexander and some of these other high price guys. Like the 2 unwanted guys are the ones that are making plays out there. And they're being aggressive and when you have more than just Rasul and Nixon doing that out of their secondary, now you've got Rudy Ford and Savage out there making those plays. It makes a big difference. It takes a play that would be an 8-yard gain, it turns into a 2-yard gain. Because Darnell Savage ran 15 yards to get the guy who caught the ball 5 yards out of in 5 yards deep in his 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage on a little dump off, where in the past that guy would get another 8 yards in like positive yardage. But because Savage read it right away and went after it, that guy gets 1 yard. And it's, I hate to say it, but Campbell got hurt. Our defense got better.
Yeah.
Jair Alexander didn't play, and our defense was better. I mean, it ain't that hard to figure out who the guys are that are working hard and who the guys that aren't. And it's kind of sad, and I don't want to be like a jerk about it. And Jair has the talent to be better.
Yep.
Campbell, I don't know if he does. He's not an aggressive guy in real life. He's not an aggressive player on the field.
Yeah.
And at linebacker, I want a guy who's going to make a hit. I want a guy who's going to read it and react, even if he's wrong, because at least he'll get in there and smack some stuff around like Quay Walker does, and like McDuffie was doing. So I don't know. I was impressed with those 2 guys in particular. TJ Slayton, I thought, held up the middle whenever he was in there, did a great job. Kenny Clark did pretty good, and the Saints' right tackle stinks because, Rashawn Gary looked great against him. Really great. He didn't look that great last week against Atlanta. So I don't know. Everybody's saying, and then like we talked about before the show, we're like, everybody's like, sacks come in bunches. Yeah, sacks come in bunches because you're going against the guy who stinks. That's why they come in bunches. And by the way, his 3rd sack went up against the guy who they had 6 offensive linemen in the game. So he was going up against the 6 offensive linemen who was lined up at tight end. That was how he got his 3rd sack on Jameis Winston. So I don't know quite what was going on. Why would they have 6 offensive linemen to run a passing play? I don't know. That was kind of dumb.
Of it, it's Jameis Winston.
Yeah, and Jameis Winston's an idiot.
And on top of that, it's also you saw good coverage, which made him hold the ball longer. So all sorts of stuff.
It's pretty cool.
A lot that goes in, but it's great. Nice to see Rashawn Gary playing hard, being emotional.
Yeah,
his thing going. Like,
that was
played
cool.
Good. He played good.
He was good.
He's a good dude. We've talked about it. We've talked about it a bunch, but there's a lot of times on sacks. There's a lot that goes into it, and you're right. Like the test, and I think this is where you and I come from for Rashawn Gary too. Okay, if he's a number 12 pick in the draft, he is a guy that basically the Packers, if they want to sign back, are looking at shelling out a huge amount of money, right? So he has to be good, not just against the okay or subpar offensive lineman. He has to be dominant and really good against the good offensive lineman too. And that's what we need to see out of him.
Yeah.
So it can't be just like what you said, beating up on the guys that stink. Well, that's great. A lot of guys could do that. If you're going to be the elite guy that wants all the money, then you got to do it you got to do it Thursday night too. And against other good offensive linemen.
And I will say this, guys like TJ Watt and Nick Bosa do more than just rush the passer. They're playing, they get hands up passing lanes, they block passes down, they play great against the run. They do all kinds of crazy stuff. And they're more elite players than Rashawn Gary is. And if he thinks he's going to get the same money as them, he's nuts. And if the Packers pay him the same type of money as them too, they're nuts. He's a good player, but he's nowhere near their level. I mean, and we've already paid Jair Alexander like he's some top 2 cornerback when he's not even a top 20 cornerback. And we've paid other guys way too much money the way it is too. And it's about time we don't do something stupid. So I don't know. I mean, I want Rashawn Gary on the team. He's a great guy and he works hard and he's awesome.
Yep.
But not at the price of like a TJ Watt or a freaking Nick Bosa. That's insanity land if you think he deserves that. Those guys have proven it over year and year and year.
Yeah.
Gary did it for like half a season, maybe.
Right. And I don't think they're going to have the money to do that either because the way
they'll have the money.
The way Jordan Love's playing, I don't know.
They'll have the money.
I don't know.
They'll have the money.
Plus, you got all these young receivers you got to pay at the same time, pretty much. So we got some things to figure out. All right, what do you want to do next?
Okay, well, I was gonna do.
I'll check the comments here real quick.
Well, David is talking about how the Saints fan said it should have been pass interference or no intentional ground. What did he say? What did he say? What did David say? Saints fans are saying they should have been unnecessary roughness. That's what it was.
All about the Rashawn Gary hit on Carr.
About the Rashawn Gary hit.
Campbell, another old man to get out of here. Whoa, David wants all the oldsters gone. All the oldsters. Jonathan's here, and Jonathan says Bears fans around here have not said a beep. Well, I know because the Bears, they don't still suck. They really suck. I don't know what's going on.
They do suck.
Yikes. David points out the offense with the oldest guy being 26, scored 18 points in under 11 minutes. Also because they attacked, they didn't give up. And Bart Smith here, when is our offline going to learn how to run block?
I don't know if they ever will.
That's true. It's been an issue for quite some time.
Because we draft tackles and we move them to guard. So
that's true.
We don't have players who know how to run block because they never did it. So I don't know.
We had now in the last 3 drafts, there have been a number of really pretty talented guards that have come out, and the Packers
they don't
passed. They passed on them. Yeah. So we drafted a fast corner instead, and another guy and whatever.
And we drafted a 5th outside linebacker.
Edge rusher. Yeah.
Like we needed that. No.
Yeah.
But hey, what are you gonna do?
And then JJ's here. JJ says, rumored Vikings talking about tanking the season. Oh, boy.
Already? They were talking about it today. Yeah, I heard it on the radio.
They got to be, yikes. I feel bad because, that we know some Viking fans and we like those guys.
I don't feel that bad.
You don't feel that bad?
No.
Your wife is a Viking fan. You got to feel bad.
Nope.
Come on. What if the Packers were stinking up the joint? You'd expect them to feel a little bad for you, right?
No.
Oh, all right.
Don't matter.
Would you want them to at least?
No, don't care.
Don't care. All right. What do you got for video?
Well, I was just going to say, some of the Saints fans or some people are also poo-pooing the Jordan Love comeback because we had a couple pass interference calls for us. I just wanted to show all the pass interference calls that should have been called, or not even all. Some of them, most of them that should have been called.
Okay.
So this is a montage of grabby Saints grabbing our guys.
Saints.
Yeah, they're grabbing our guys. Okay, if you look at just about the 45-yard line, you're going to see Romeo Doubs, and you're going to see Isaac Yadam. And you're going to see Romeo Doubs has the inside track on him, yet he can't seem to get away. So take a good look. You'll see it right about at the 45-yard line, right below the G. If you can't see my cursor, just watch there. Don't worry about anything else that happens. But the line of scrimmage is here. So that is 6 yards down the field, which is past 5 yards. And then just watch what happens to Romeo Doubs on this play. Oh, grab the waist, grab him. That's called defensive holding. but it was not called. So they got away with one. Okay, they got away with one. Now what you want to watch is watch Luke Musgrave. He's going to come out like this and then go like this. He's lined up as the inside tight end to the bottom of your screen. So Kraft is on the outside. Musgrave is on the inside. He's going to go out in a pass pattern that's going to be about a 10-yard out route. And Demario Davis is going to grab onto him and hold him for 5-10 yards downfield, which is called pass interference, or at least defensive holding. But it's not called. So you're going to watch Demario Davis. You're going to watch Luke Musgrave. Luke Musgrave is going to run straight. Demario Davis is going to grab him, and then he's going to grab him, and then he's going to grab him, and he's going to pull him, and he's going to grab him. A good 20 yards downfield. That's called defensive holding. It doesn't matter where the ball went. That's defensive holding. Now, the other part of this play, same exact play, is when you watch the top of the screen, and number one, the corner for the Saints, who had an awesome game because he's a really aggressive player. You're going to watch him here. Romeo has got his hand on him, which he probably shouldn't do because now he's telling him, oh, the ball's coming, and he knows it. And he never turns around for the ball. But he's going to grab onto Romeo, jump up, put his hands up. That's called pass interference. Not called. Not called. So on one play, you have defensive holding on one end by Demario Davis and pass interference on the other end. Not called. And then, of course, we got no points on the play on that drive. Now we're going to watch this one. I don't remember what happens on this. It might be holding here as well on Luke Musgrave. This is Musgrave, who's 6'6", and this is Tyrann Mathieu, who's 5'9", when he's on stilts. Yet somehow Luke Musgrave can't get off him, and then he finally does. And then, of course, we got the Jordan Love sack. Now, he wasn't looking there. That wouldn't have mattered. But the other thing and why I put this play on is more about A.J. Dillon. I don't know what he's looking at. He jumps to the inside as if there was some sort of a fake, but Jordan Love doesn't do a fake. And so he's looking at this hole, and he's seeing these guys, but of this gosh dang number one corner again, who's been making plays all game long, blitzes off the slot. And A.J. Dillon is here getting butt by Runyon Bunyan. So if you watch A.J. Dillon here, Runyon Bunyan is going to get shoved into A.J. Dillon. And we got two guys doing nothing, and then one coming in for Jordan Love. And he also got Romeo Doubs here because he sees him blitz. Romeo's looking back at the quarterback, looking for a hot read. Love doesn't know he's coming and doesn't throw it, even though Doubs is looking for it. And he gets sacked. And, of course, we get nothing out of that. But that wasn't too egregious. I could see not calling defensive holding on that one. Now we're going to see, is our good guy number one? Or maybe it's down here. I can't remember. There's defensive holding all over on this play. On the bottom of the screen at about the 20-yard line, you're going to see Wicks down here. He gets grabbed by 23, who, of course, is a Pro Bowl corner, so he gets away with everything. But he still gets away from him, and he's open. But where the ball's thrown, that's where our good guy number one is again. And he grabs Romeo Doubs by the waist. And pass interference isn't called. Again. So if you look at the top of the screen, over on this side, on the right, there he is. He's got him. Jordan Love has the ball. He's grabbing him. Now, he's still within 5 yards. However, once the ball leaves Jordan Love's hand, and Jordan Love is seeing this, so he knows, oh, if I throw this there, it's going to be pass interference, which is why he probably threw it there, because it was 3rd and 8, and there was no way he was going to get the first down. But I think he threw it there thinking, hey, that's pass interference. But he's hanging all over him, pretty much he's wearing them like clothes. Romeo Doubs is wearing this number one like clothes because he's all over him. And there's no penalty, no nothing. Guys just all over our guys. And they get away with everything. This is like
Why are you
watching.
being so hard on the officials after we just had Viking Mo?
I'm not being hard on the officials. I'm just trying to show
okay.
that there are about 18 freaking pass interference calls that should have been called during this game. And it's kind of ridiculous. If you look up here, here's another one with Wicks and Yadam. He's going to pretty much destroy him the whole time on the top of the screen up here. Grab, throws him to the ground, throws him to the ground. What the hell is that? He even gets up looking for the flag and he doesn't see the flag. Look at his body language. He knows there's a flag. He's looking over to the sideline immediately like, oh crap, where's the flag? Watch it again. Look at him. Grab, pull him to the ground, pull his arm, grab, pull him, grab. Then he gets up, he looks immediately to the sidelines. No flag? Sweet. That was a great play by me. I'm Isaac Yadam. I couldn't even start on this team. I'm the whole reason why Rasul Douglas is a great Packer now because of Isaac Yadam. But that's not pass interference? Not called. And somehow the Packers fought through all of that. Crap like this. A bunch of stupid penalties. A bunch of errant throws. This one you're going to watch is going to be a Jordan Love scramble, and you're going to see A.J. Dillon come through on a play fake, and he's going to come over to about the middle of the field, and Love could throw it to him for a first down, and he's going to come across, and A.J. Dillon's going to come back. It's going to be a long play, by the way, so hang on. Nobody's getting open because they're double teaming over here, double teaming over there. So Dillon's coming back to this side. Love probably should have threw it to him, but he didn't see him. But Dillon's right at the top of your screen, and DeMario Davis is right behind him here. What you're going to see is Dillon's going to cut back to go this way because Davis is coming this way. And Davis just straight up grabs him and holds him. Where this could have been a first down because Love could have threw it right to him. So I'll look at the top of the screen. Watch Davis and Dillon. And watch how Davis just pretty much tackles him. Hangs onto his waist so he can't get away. That's pass interference or defensive holding at least. At the very least. And then Jordan Love didn't get the first down. So we all know what happened there. The drive stalled. And that's why when we finally got this call, on an underthrown ball, everybody's like, well, that ball was underthrown. That should have never been called. Well, you know what? They could have freaking threw flags about freaking 17 times before that they didn't call. I just showed you 5 or 6 or however many I showed you. So shut up, anybody who's saying and poo-pooing this comeback. It's about time we got some damn calls because we should have been getting them all game. We should have been in the game the whole time. I've never seen a road team get away with so much bullshit in my life. And that's what Darnell Savage said after the game. They asked him about it. And Darnell Savage was going crazy on the sidelines, yelling at him for make sure they call it. And he was like, yeah, they were getting with crap all game. It was about time they did something. And then we got the next one with Romeo Dobbs, of course, is at the bottom of your screen. We finally got a call there, too. And then, of course, this led to the Jordan Love touchdown later on in the 2-point conversion. Another underthrown ball. And people are saying, what's an underthrown ball? Terrible thrown ball. Yeah, well, sorry.
That's when you get most of the PIs because the defenders can't find it, and then they run right into them and do dumb stuff.
Well, not only that, but it was defensive holding as well as pass interference. So just wanted to show that stuff. After watching the film, I was like, dang. Well, no wonder why nobody got open. Or no wonder why all these guys are freaking, we couldn't do anything for the first 3 quarters. Our drive stalled. Nobody was open. Crap like that. Well, they're grabbing them by the waist. They're pulling them down. They're freaking hanging all over them. I mean, it's crazy. I don't know if you're muted or what, but I can't hear anything you're saying.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, David has this comment here. So interesting. I don't know what his source is, but that's what the comment was, saying that Alexander pointed out to the refs, and he's like, "Your guys need to fight back." Well, I kept hearing on the TV broadcast, the Saints have such a really good defense. Well, yeah, when you can grab and hold guys and do all that stuff, you can look really good. Your coverage can be good because you slow guys down and you screw up the timing and you get away with shit. And if you remember, I understand that's how the league works in terms of certain players get a little bit extra, but generally you don't let everybody. It's not the whole defense, and everybody on one defense gets to do that stuff. That's weird.
Well, I mean, if we did that stuff, we could call for holding all the time.
Yeah.
I mean, Rasul got called one time where he was standing there and a guy ran into him and he was just standing in his spot in his zone and a receiver ran into him. And they called freaking whatever pass interference or defensive holding or whatever the hell they called on him that one game last year. He didn't even do anything. He was just standing there. The guy ran into him.
And that's really interesting because there were a lot of offensive holding calls in this game.
Yeah, there were
a lot of them
on the Packers,
but they didn't call any of the any of those defensive holds. That's kind of wild.
Hey, we made the comeback and we got help from a couple penalties. That probably, if the penalties would have been called in the first quarter, then there would have been all those other penalties as well because they would have had to change the way they played because they would have actually been calling it the right way, and we probably would have kicked the snot out of them. You know what I mean?
Well, I will say that's all those things are valid, but I had some major concerns about some decisions Matt LaFleur made, and I don't know if you got anything on that, or we can just talk about it. But
you can talk about that. I mean, I might have something, but we'll get into it later, I guess.
I don't know what people thought. Like, first of all, okay, let's go over just the questionable decisions where to me, the Packers in this game bailed out their head coach. They won despite what their head coach did, which like 3 big plays, decisions. I think he could have easily lost in this game. First of all, going for it on 4th and 2 early in the game, I'm okay with that. But that play, like, what? WTF?
I like that.
WTF?
I think you're dead
Wilson,
wrong.
With Emmanuel Wilson, a guy who's got like hardly any snaps, and he's got to throw it all the way across the field to Jordan Love. Like, what?
I thought it was a good play.
Why on 4th and 2?
Bad execution.
Yeah, but why on 4th and 2 are you trying something that difficult?
Why not?
Because you want to get the first down. Keep your drive
They can't
going.
run the ball for 1 yard. So if they're going to go
care.
for it on 4th and 2, they got to do something crazy.
There's a lot of simpler plays you can do. I'm fine with doing a pass play.
Did you watch
there.
the execution of the other 4th and 2 plays they called?
Fine.
They weren't
with
very
doing
good.
A pass play. But that pass play with a rookie running back who's barely played, has got to throw it all the way across the field. I don't know how much you practice it because I know they don't practice very often. I do know that. They don't actually practice. They do mental reps. Okay, great. But I hated it. I hated the call. It was a terrible call.
The other thing I would say, too, is that I think does affect the play is Lambeau Field, you and I have been on the field or down on the field.
Guys are slipping for a while, too.
Well, it was bad, slippery for some reason. I don't know why guys didn't have the right cleats on. They freaking, it's their home field. They should know what to wear. But it has the raised center, which the practice fields don't have, which might affect, it probably won't affect Jordan Love, but it might affect Emmanuel Wilson throwing from the lower part of the field back across the field to where Jordan Love was. It might have messed him up. You know what I mean? Maybe that's why the ball was thrown so low. He wasn't expecting, he wasn't used to that raised field and how much different it is at Lambeau, because it doesn't seem like it's raised when you watch it on TV. But when you're there on the sidelines, you see that it actually is raised more in the middle of the field. So, I mean, at least that's the way it was back in the early 2000s when we were there. So I don't know if it's still the way it is now, but I haven't been on the field since 2001 or something. Yeah. But
I'm sure there's some sort of, I'm sure it's still got the crown and all that. Most fields.
Yeah, the crown.
But okay, so that was number 1, and I don't care.
But I didn't mind the play call. I thought it was a good play. I thought it was terrible execution. If Jordan Love wouldn't have slipped, it would have worked. The guy was Wicks was wide ass open. Matter of fact, Romeo Doubs was wide ass open, freaking 35 yards down the field too. We had 2 guys wide ass open on that play when you watch the film back.
That's great, but it's too many variables to get the ball to them. Especially with that guy running back going that way, has to throw it all the way back across the field. I don't like it. I don't like it one bit.
Bad execution, good play.
If it was reversed and it was Love throwing it across the field to a running back, and the running back just had to lob it to a wide open guy, I would have been more okay with it, but I still hate it on 4th and 2. Anyway, that's number 1. Number 2 decision was going for it on 4th down after you struggled to get anywhere, struggled to get anywhere, and it's 17-0. Kick the goddamn field goal. What are you doing?
That I agree with. Because I believe after that, I can't imagine.
Points.
I can't imagine what Lambeau Field was like. I don't know I don't think Eckes was there. I was thinking about calling Eckes, see if he went to the game. I don't think he went to the game, but I can only imagine that after that 4th and 2 missed shot to Taylor, that the crowd must have been just like, oh my God, like that was our one chance. What are we doing here? And I can just imagine that there is no hope left in the stands. I mean, when I was listening on the radio, I was like, there's no hope left. Like, I gave up. I didn't think there was a chance. No freaking way. And if you would at least kick the field goal and got some points, then at least it would have given me some life and some chance. Like maybe, oh, well, maybe they can do it. But I will say this. By going forward on 4th down, it gave the Saints a long field. It made them maybe a little more, a little more conservative than they would have been had the Packers had to kick off to them. And maybe they got the ball, they had a good return or something, got to the 35, 40-yard line. In this case, they're starting at like the 15 or 13. So it did help with field position. I think it did help with conservative play calling by the Saints. And, the Packers got the ball back right away again. Now, they still had to go pretty far to kick the field goal after that. But I do think I would have just taken the points just to get some points on the board and make us feel like we went through this whole drive, and we were successful getting the ball all the way down the field and come up with nothing. It's pretty tough. But lucky for us, our quarterback now doesn't phase him. It doesn't phase him. The guy just goes out and keeps playing. I mean, it's the opposite of what we've had for the last 16, 15 years on the field. I mean, it's crazy. He kept fighting all the way through. And I don't know if it's because he's young. I don't know if it's because it's his first home game starting at Lambeau and he was embarrassed by the first 3 quarters. Now we couldn't even get any points. I don't know if it was just, I've got nothing left to do. I've got, what else is there? Let's just go make a play. But that's something you can root for. That's endearing. You can fall in love with Jordan Love based on him not giving up. We watched Aaron Rodgers give up in a playoff game against Atlanta when they were down by a bunch of points. And he just gave up. He just stood at the sideline with his arms crossed and just didn't care no more. Now, his defense was getting schooled and they were down and it was terrible. So I understand that. But Jordan Love didn't show any bad body language. Not one bit. Not even after the miscommunication on that 4th and 2. He still stayed positive. He still told the guys, let's go. And another guy who was positive, according to Matt LaFleur, was Darnell Savage, who we showed earlier, making a bunch of plays in the game. He told LaFleur, hey, we got you. He told the guys at halftime on offense, hey, we got you. Keep playing. We'll do our best to make sure we get the ball back for you and keep making plays. And because of that, that's something that you can get behind as a Packer fan. You can get behind that guy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it was impressive to.
So, I mean, Love
keep playing.
Yeah, Love saved us from LaFleur's ding-dong moves. But, who knows? LaFleur also dialed up some nice plays that Love freaking couldn't hit.
Yeah, I get it.
You know what I mean? Like, it was weird. It was like the whole game.
There are a lot
he's got wide open guys, or he's got guys dropping passes on wide open plays where they're wide open because they're schemed open. And then it turned out in the end, it was just one-on-one, beat your one-on-one matchup, and Love throwing pinpoint balls right in the right spots at the right times. And who knew? Who knew? Matt LaFleur did all that work, and then in the 4th quarter, it was just go out there and make plays, guys.
You even said it at the press conference until we said F it and just like go hurry up or whatever, go 2 minute. We're just like, screw it. Just go 2 minute. That was like the answer.
Well, that's all they had left. They tried everything else and they kept screwing up. Less thinking, just go run and make a play.
The other thing that made me crazy was on that call, like, why is Patrick Taylor split out wide and that's your guy you're going to go to on the 4th and 2?
That wasn't what it was supposed to happen. Okay, it was supposed to be a play to the other side to Luke Musgrave or something. And Jordan Love looked up and he saw DeMario Davis was 8 yards off the ball and he was like, holy crap. And he looked at Patrick Taylor. Patrick Taylor looked at him and then he threw it over there. But Patrick Taylor just didn't run as far as I guess he was supposed to. Taylor thought he was supposed to sit because because the defender was so far off him. He was expecting Love to just throw like a 1 yard pass and then he would just kind of fall forward. Where Love was expecting him to just run like a 4 yard in route or comeback route.
Yeah.
And I think, honestly, I think Patrick Taylor's idea was better to just sit there and then catch it and fall forward. Because I don't think Demario Davis would ever made it there in time to stop him. Where if he runs a 4-yard route, the ball's in the air, Demario Davis could get in there and break the pass up. You know what I mean? So I think Patrick Taylor was correct in what the route he ran based on the situation. If you're going to just do like schoolyard ball, which I think is what happened on that play. That's what LaFleur said. That wasn't the call. That wasn't supposed to be there. They just looked up and saw how far he was, and he was like, "Hey, I'm throwing over there." And guess what? That's happened to the Packers before. In the playoff game, Aaron Rodgers threw a ball to Alan Lazard on first and goal from the 8-yard line in the NFC Championship game against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and Lazard just ran up like he was run blocking because he never got the sign to catch the ball. And stuff like that happens.
Yeah. Well, anyway, so I felt there were a couple of questionable things, and it could have cost them, but the team kept playing, and they pulled it out. And David says it's refreshing to have my Packers back, which we agree. It was awesome. Look, and then Callie Packer's here, and he's excited to have Watson and Jones back when they come back. So, and there's a lot of guys
they'll be
missing.
back this week.
Well, a lot of guys missing from this team, and a lot of money not on the field as well when you really look at it. And the fact that they won, found a way to do it. I'm not saying I think the Saints are going to be, the best team in the NFC or anything like that, but it was a tough game. They had to battle through a lot of stuff, and they didn't quit. And the drops was the other thing I wanted to make sure that we
Okay, well,
addressed.
let's wait a little bit.
You got
Let's wait a
video
little
on? Okay, all right.
I got something else to watch first. So share me, bro.
Dang, why you got so many WAP videos? All right, let's go. Here you go.
Because I spent 4.5 hours looking at tape and
my
cutting
God.
up tapes, bro.
All right. Get it rolling.
All right. Everybody's saying AJ Dillon sucks. And I'm here to tell you he's not great, but he certainly doesn't suck. So let's watch some AJ Dillon. Here you go. This is 3rd and 10. AJ Dillon catches the ball 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage on 3rd and 10. So to get a first down, AJ Dillon's going to have to run, 10, 20 yards just to get a first down on this screen pass with guys blocking for him who are receivers. And you know what? He does it. Does he suck? That was a low ball. He caught it, gathered it, ran through some dudes, broke a tackle, ran through another dude, ran through another dude. He ran for 25 yards to get that 14 yards because the ball was thrown so far behind the line of scrimmage. So don't tell me AJ Dillon sucks. I will say he's not that great. But it's hard to run the ball when your offensive line don't block worth a crap, or your play caller doesn't call plays that work for you, which is another problem with Matt LaFleur in the running game. He doesn't call the correct plays for the correct people that are on the field.
Still,
No.
He hasn't learned yet.
Nope, hasn't learned yet. Now let's watch AJ Dillon. Guess what? He's in I formation.
That one was blocked up pretty damn nice.
That was nice. Those receivers did a great job.
Yeah.
Look at this I formation. AJ Dillon cuts to the outside. Another Jaden Reed with a nice block. AJ Dillon plowing over 3 dudes. Does that look like a guy who sucks? That looks like a guy who took a jump cut to the outside off left tackle, ran for 3 more yards, plowed over 3 dudes to get 8 yards. That's what it looked like to me. Watch the seal blocks over here by these 2 receivers. And Josiah DeGuara, who Andy Herman keeps saying sucks. Watch him get this seal on 92 all by himself. A defensive end. Josiah DeGuara takes out 92 so that AJ Dillon can get around him for 8 yards. But Josiah DeGuara sucks, apparently, according to Andy Herman. No, Josiah DeGuara does not suck. He's freaking good at what he's asked to do. I don't even want to get into that right now.
He lined up at tight end on that one, too.
I know. He lines up all over that goddamn place, but he sucks, according to somebody. Now, of course, let's see what happens. Oh, AJ Dillon sucks. Does he suck? Because as soon as he got the ball, he got creamed 5 yards in the backfield by Demario Davis because nobody blocked him? Does that mean AJ Dillon sucks? Let's find out. How did he get in the backfield so fast? Oh, nobody blocked him. They just let it. Runyon went over here. Runyon went to block this guy. And Demario Davis is standing right there, and they just didn't even block him. But that's A.J. Dillon's fault? A.J. Dillon sucks because nobody blocked this guy? Who's a big honking monster at like Pro Bowl type player at inside linebacker? Plus, you got number 20 coming around in the same freaking hole. But that's A.J. Dillon's fault? Thank God Rasheed Walker came in there and smacked him. Look at that. Rasheed Walker came around the side. So you're telling me that the job on that, this is the play call? This is the play call.
I mean, it looks like
Rasheed Walker is supposed to come from left tackle all the way around to try to get into Demario Davis. That's a long way to go.
I could see that if Dillon was lined up on the opposite side of Love.
If he was here, yes, that would be a much better play.
But
he's on
that
this side
where he's right in front of him, because if that linebacker comes right away, you're toast.
Yeah, that's really stupid. This is a stupid play.
Yeah.
This is stupid. That's Matt LaFleur. Not only is he running not out of single back set, he's running out of freaking shotgun where he can't get ahead of steam, and he's expecting a left tackle to run all the way across the field to get into that freaking gap between the right tackle and the right guard. That's freaking dumb. Now we're going to watch my guy, Josiah DeGuara, who sucks, according to Andy Herman. Let's watch him take on 20. Bam! Get out of here, bitch. But he sucks. He can't block. He doesn't do his job. He's terrible. Wrong. There is one guy on this team who's probably the best at getting blocks in space. When he has to find the guy when he's in space and he's moving at full speed to block another guy who's coming toward you who's moving in full speed, and he gets in front of him, and he usually makes that block. That's Josiah DeGuara. But apparently he sucks and got a bad grade. Wrong! Now we're going to watch my guy, Josiah DeGuara, once again on this running play. 81. Just watch him. Take out outside linebacker. Shove, 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 shove. Hold your block. Shove, shove, shove. That's called doing your job so the guy can get some extra yards. How many times you watch offensive linemen not block anybody? But you see Josiah DeGuara, what does he do? He gets on his guy, and he blocks his ass.
Musgrave's doing a really good job, too.
Yes,
I'm
they were.
impressed with them.
Now, this one's a little trickier because Josiah DeGuara has to cut block on a big defensive end. But if you look at this play, it's not Josiah DeGuara's fault that this play is stupid, and nobody accounts for either of these two guys, the two freaking inside linebackers. It's a dumb play. So Josiah DeGuara takes out 96, but nobody blocks 56, and nobody blocks the corner on the outside. So because of that, guess what? These two guys just come around and stop this hole so Wilson can't go anywhere, and then 96 helps and makes the play, even though Josiah DeGuara did do his job. And, of course, Luke Musgrave does a pretty good job, but he is kind of holding here, but that's okay. And by the time Wilson gets there, there's three guys there. And, okay, DeGuara sucked on that play. He did. And there was another play later where they did a running back toss to the outside with A.J. Dillon. And number one, the corner, shot through the gap, and Josiah DeGuara missed him, and he made the tackle for a 5-yard loss. But that was just a great play. And then I'm showing this play because it's like 3rd and 15 or 2nd and 15. And even though Matt LaFleur schemed up a bunch of great plays in this game, this play is just dumb. Let's take a look at what happens. It's a mirror concept. The first down marker is at the 49-yard line, past the 50-yard line. At the top of the screen, you see a 4-yard comeback route, a 8-yard or 10-yard comeback route. In the middle of the screen, you see a 5-yard turnaround comeback route. On the bottom of the screen, you see a 10-back comeback route, and you see a 4-yard comeback route. None of these routes help each other get open. You just sit right in the zone. All the guys that were playing defense have to do is just back up and stand there and watch you. And you wonder why this play becomes incomplete. Well, it's dumb. Guys just run and turn around. And it allows all the defenders to just sit there and wait. And then we throw the ball here to Malik Heath, who they say he dropped it, but he got hammered by, of course, guess who? Number one, who freaking had an amazing game. And he did have an amazing game. But that's the only negative plays I have to show. Is that one. Or maybe a couple of the runs. But here's the thing. Kraft is doing a good job at blocking. Josiah DeGuara is doing a great job at blocking. Musgrave's doing a pretty good job at blocking. All those guys are doing, even freaking the new guy, Sims, is doing a good job at blocking. And that's their job. If people are like, I'm sure Josiah DeGuara would love to get a ball thrown his way so he can make a play with the ball in his hand. But they don't ever have him do that. But he goes out there routinely for 20 plays a game or more and digs out his guy, moves in motion, finds his man, holds his block. He does it, and he does a pretty damn good job at it. I bet you Tucker Kraft would love to get a ball thrown his way once in a while, but he's out there picking out his guy, setting picks for freaking other guys, lining up on the outside to be a decoy so that Musgrave can go into the flat and nobody sees him, so he can get a nice catch and run up when wide ass open because Tucker Kraft ran the pick for him. But is he complaining? No. So all I'm saying is stop crapping on Dylan when nobody's blocking a freaking guy, lets him right through the goddamn hole, and you expect the tackle to run all the way across the freaking back of the offensive line. What would have happened if Royce would have got hammered and shot back 5 yards? Can you imagine that?
Yep.
Because Royce was doing a single block on that play, by the way. A single block on a defensive tackle. And he held up pretty good, which allowed Walker to get over there. But still, I mean, I don't understand that play. There's a couple plays where you're like, this is just dumb. And Matt LaFleur needs to fix those.
Yeah, I mean, in that case, you're making a lot of assumptions. You're making an assumption that the linebacker isn't going to come in and run right away. You're making an assumption that, yes, your backup left guard that you've selected is going to hold his ground and not allow penetration. That nobody's going to. I mean, you have the double team to ensure it on the other guy, but yeah, you're right. Like for left guard, I mean, if that guy gets pushed back, it screws up the whole trap. So it's interesting. Some of the ways they're doing some of the stuff is questionable, but God, that's why I don't know, man. But then you showed some really cool defensive calls where Barry's like, taking linebackers and putting them in the hole that actually a D tackle had before, and then the tackle's shifting over, and some really unique things kind of throw off the offensive line. And then people are just jabbing at Barry all the time, saying how horrible of a job he is. Well, he's actually doing some pretty cool stuff when you look at it.
Well, Matt LaFleur had some cool plays too. I'm not saying they're all bad. Mm-hmm. It's just some of these. He said after the game, he's like, we have to look at what we're asking our guys to do.
Yeah, I agree.
Like making your left tackle run all the way across the field behind your other offensive lineman to get a freaking block on a. I mean, I just showed it. It's crazy. It's crazy.
That's not a. There's a lot of things that can go wrong.
Yeah,
but, so there. If you got an attacking linebacker, you're screwed. If they blitz, you're screwed. If you have any penetration before that guy gets to that trap block, you're screwed. So there's a lot of ways you can be screwed on that one play. So I agree. All right. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the comeback and a couple cool things. And I don't know if you had something about the drops, but there were,
okay, don't talk about the drops. Don't talk about the drops.
Damn.
Let's talk about the comeback. I'm going to just play the video. Awesome. I'm just going to play the video. I'm just going to play the video.
Of what? Is it the whole
of the comeback? And you talk about it as it's playing. This is called the Jordan Love takes over. This is Jordan Love taking over the game. You sharing me?
Love takes over. All right.
I'm just going to play the video. It's 3 minutes long. I got it in slow motion.
JJ wants to know Box playing against Detroit. Well, probably.
Who cares? Don't care. Don't need him. Rashid Walker was the highest graded player according to Andy Herman. But of course, he says Josiah DeGuara sucks. So what the hell do I know? What the hell does he know? I don't know.
Most people don't know how to grade offensive lineman. I got to say that.
Well,
PFF doesn't. I don't think Andy Herman does either.
I can say this much. I hope he got a neutral grade on that play where they made him run all the way across the field in the back and try to pick up the freaking Demario Davis unblocked into a giant hole.
He still hit pretty good on the track.
I know he did pretty good. I was surprised, but like I can't. You think Dave Bakhtiari would have made that play?
No. Mm-mm.
No, I don't think so either.
Absolutely not.
I mean, that's crazy.
He would have putzed around and then not been aggressive enough. And Walker was aggressive and just like slammed into him and shoved him.
Yeah. right, you showing us crap? Here we go.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna play it. It's just all the Jordan Love plays. It's every Jordan Love play.
All right, Jordan Love back to throw. Just let's
No, but I
rip,
mean,
baby.
you want to talk about it. Talk about the comeback or whatever you said.
I just wanted to talk about something that was interesting. Yeah. So I mean,
Okay, well,
one
don't talk
thing
about that, but talk about everything else.
All right. Well, what?
The thing you want to talk about, we'll show it last.
Jordan Love is look. Wow, this is where they just said they run their 2-minute offense basically, and he's got to throw a lot of plays. The one thing I didn't love was too many balls to the outside in some cases, but
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of open guys in the middle he didn't throw to.
this was a good one because look, like you got that you hit the whole shot there that they like between the safety and the corner that's crept up, and you had the Dobbs keeping the corner up, and Jaden Reed makes a play. Now Jaden Reed, we knew coming into the season, has to make plays. He has to. They need him to, and he's capable, but he's had some questionable hands at times. Relatively good pocket there. Actually did a pretty good job. The offensive line did hit one over the middle. This one's a little bit out in front, but Dobbs made some really good catches in this game too.
Yeah, he did. He made some awesome catches.
He made you don't want guys to have to make that tough of catches, but he did it. He had.
Well, you'll see why.
Good concentration.
From this angle, Love had to kind of throw it in a weird spot because it gets kind of congested, I think. Yeah, see, 97 hit it.
Okay.
97 hit it with his hand. That's why that ball was so bad. So Dobbs made a great catch on a ball that was tipped. You watch it again. When you watch it in slow motion, you'll see 97 gets his hand up and tips the ball right there. See?
Yep.
So it looks like a bad pass. It was actually a tip pass, and he threw it so damn hard that even the tip didn't get it too far off a trajectory.
Yeah, Love's got some zip.
Yeah, and Dobbs made a great catch.
Mm-hmm.
This play I love too because Musgrave takes out all these dudes.
Wow, they just all go with him. Nice.
And then the best part is right here at the top of the screen. Demario Davis, when you watch the replay, he's gonna yell at this guy. Hey man, what the hell? He's doing right now. Oh, hey. And this guy's not even looking at him. He's like, trying to ignore him. You see that? He's trying. 31's trying to ignore Demario Davis. Demario Davis is yelling at him. Really, Demario Davis? You were the guy over here. He was in the end zone. Why is he yelling? Why is he yelling at 31? That's funny.
Jaden Reed concerns me a little bit with his body catching and with his hands catching as well, because sometimes he's dropping them. But they give Love credit. He kept going back to him, even after some tough drops. But he needs to. That's one thing that's different, right? Any Packer fan.
Don't talk about it yet.
My God damn it.
You told me to make a video of that, so I did. So don't talk about it till the end.
All right.
What are we doing here?
Play, Jordan Love's just like, F it. Demario Davis, you got nothing on me. A swim move. Maybe Jordan Love was a pass rusher back in the day because he did a nice swim move on that one.
Or that, or a point guard, and he's just doing his crossover move.
Yeah, it could be.
And he's carrying it, so he's obviously a guy who played ball on the courts in the city. This is a huge carry right here. Look at this ball.
That was the right read, too, because they just crashed down hard on the back. Cam Jordan came right there. That's the play that had to be made.
This is my favorite play of the game. This is my Don Mikowski play. This made me think of Don Mikowski. Though this scared me right here. The ball almost hits freaking Jaden Reed, but that's okay.
Right.
But watch this pocket. He's in the pocket. He's feeling good. He rolls over, and then, whew, dang. If that don't look like Magic Man against the Bears,
he kind of
when they won 14-13.
He kind of looks a little like Mikowski in terms of the way
he
runs, even in moves and stuff.
Yeah, he doesn't look like Favre, and he doesn't look like Rodgers when he runs.
No,
he's got like because Magic did that same. Of course, Magic was on the sidelines, and but he did a hop jump like this, and throw back over Sterling Sharp. And
I think Love's got a better arm than Magic, though. I think stronger arm.
Yeah, but he can't play guitar like Magic.
Yeah, that's true. Or sing Poison or whatever.
Well, maybe he can sing. I don't know.
Yeah, but it's true. We don't know.
If he does sing, he should sing like love songs. That would be good for him. Here's the big run. I don't know if this is a block, like an illegal block by Romeo Dobbs. He's kind of blocking him toward his own end zone, which I think might be a penalty, but that's okay. They didn't call it.
Yeah, if he stayed on
He
the
started
side,
the block.
he's okay.
He started the block on the right side. It's just the other guy went around him, and then he pulled up after.
Yeah. If guys turn on you, you get a little leeway there. And especially if you kind of pull up.
And this is a big JT O'Sullivan broke this play down. He showed something that I wasn't even thinking about, right? There. He did get beat bad, but watch Jordan Love after he clears this guy. Right there. You see it? He looked back to see if there's anybody anywhere near him chasing him.
Yep.
And there wasn't, thank God. Then he also knew he had this big slow guy next to him, so he's like, I can outrun that guy. And then Romeo, it's kind of blocks sort of toward his own goal line, but not quite.
It doesn't matter. You can block guys back that way if you're on the side. And he was on the side.
Okay, well, that's good.
Man. All right, Jordan Love. And that just shows his fight. You don't want to give up. I like that too.
And this pass to Wicks I wanted to show because look at this. Aaron Rodgers would never throw that ball because there's way too many guys around here. Way too many guys around here.
Because if that guy doesn't catch it and it pops up in the air, it's picked off.
Yeah.
So Aaron Rodgers would be like, nope, I got to wait. No, can't do that. A lot of things in this fourth quarter Love did Aaron Rodgers would never do. Let that baby rip.
And it got him just close enough to make a play. And that's all you can ask for. I mean, it was...
As an
awesome.
aside, did anybody... do you think... We got to ask Raider Rick if he enjoys watching Raider games now. Since it's just throw the ball to Devontae Adams all the time.
Ugh, I wouldn't, but...
It's just... It can't be much fun. You wonder why... Part of the reason why Josh Jacobs can't run? Part of it, he doesn't get the ops because it's got to be, and all these other dudes. Good thing they got rid of Darren Waller. Good thing they, whatever, because Devontae gets all the balls, man. Even with Jimmy G,
all the balls,
although Keenan Allen got 100 million balls,
100 balls,
yeah,
200 yards and a touchdown. Yeah, I know it was crazy.
And he threw a touchdown. What do you have, like 15 catches or 18 catches, something crazy dumb like that? God,
I don't know.
Damn. That's nuts.
All right, talk about what you want to talk about. Here we go.
Oh, you got something on it? You're a little wacky tonight with your internet, but that's nothing new. Just gets a little wacky when you talk.
Then I won't talk.
Jordan Love.
You talk.
Jordan Love. The big
you showing it?
Not only was I super impressed with how he didn't give up and how he kept fighting, but I was super impressed that he didn't ghost anybody. He dropped a pass. He didn't give a rip. Came back to Jaden Reed, who he needed to make plays late in the game after some balls he should have caught and couldn't come up with. I think Ben's got some of those. And everybody everybody that knows me knows I hate drop passes. I hate them. I hate drop passes.
There's drop number one.
You got to catch balls.
And he's got to do something with his helmet. It's always falling off his head. I don't get that.
I know.
Here's drop number 2 for Jaden Reed.
Drop number 2.
I don't know why those two guys are next to each other there. Somebody ran the wrong route.
Yeah, that's a weird one.
I'm thinking it was Wicks. But I could be wrong. Here's drop number 3.
Open. No, don't drop it. No, horse apple. Damn! If somebody dropped 3 balls on Aaron Rodgers, they wouldn't even get a chance.
They wouldn't have had three chances to drop 3 balls.
Yeah, that's true. Unless it was pay.
Yeah.
Ugh. Damn.
That one hurts, and his helmet comes off again. Somebody get him a helmet that actually fits him. Jeez.
Come on.
Drop number 4.
Is Jaden Reed again? No. How did he have so many?
4 drops.
Jesus Christ.
4 drops. 4 drops, but then something magical happened. something magical happened. He finally didn't drop one right when we need him to not drop it. He actually caught it. Thank the Lord. The 5th time is the charm. Jordan Love didn't give up on him.
No.
4 drops, and he still went to him in a key moment that we had to have it on a one-on-one matchup with a laser beam throw with a little tiny push off so he can get the separation with a diving catch. Make sure it doesn't touch the ground. Amazing grab after all those drops. Jordan Love did not give up on his guy. And then we also have this. We tried one time for the Romeo Dobbs against Isaac Yadam, and it didn't work. It was dropped. That one probably should have been caught. And that was earlier in the game. Yeah, well, still in the 4th quarter, though. Same play, different angle. I think we did score a touchdown on this drive, but it might have been the field goal. I don't exactly remember. Do you remember when this happened? And you might say, that's pass interference. Isaac Yadam never turned around for the ball, and he was grabbing him in the belly. I would say you are correct. But yet, that wasn't called. And then we went for it again with the game on the line on 2nd down. And we didn't get it because Isaac Yadam is grabbing him by the shoulder. But that's not pass interference. It's just incomplete pass. See the ref with his arms out.
Does anybody else hate these play calls, by the way?
Well, I don't know.
Really hard effing throw, and you're not utilizing all the space of the field where you could run a guy over the middle or on a slant
this is the Aaron Rodgers, Devontae Adams crap.
I know, I hate it. I hate it so much.
But
why? I mean, there's so much space, and you can just run to the inside.
But you also have to remember, this is Isaac Yadam. We had him on our team. We know he sucks, and we knew eventually. The 3rd time is the charm.
I get it.
And it is, because Romeo doesn't quite go off as fast. And there's a perfect ball to the inside, outside, whatever. And we finally get the touchdown to tie the game on Isaac Yadam. Thank the Lord. So we had 4 drops by Reed before we had the big catch. We had 2 different times on that touchdown play that didn't work. But he still went back to Romeo. And Romeo made it happen on 3rd down. And we tied it up. And then Anders Carlson kicked the freaking extra point. And we won the gosh dang thing.
Anders, never a doubt.
That is a way to start a freaking, might I say, love fest. I don't know what he is. Not Anders.
Anders is also perfect. Anders is also perfect for.
He's perfect on the season. Don't say stuff like that. You're going to ruin it.
Not going to
ruin it. All I know
is
is
he's awesome.
These guys, man, they're going to drop balls. I said this before the season started. They're going to drop easy balls. They're going to throw the ball like crap, miss guys, wide open guys. It all happened in this game. But then when they needed to have it, they made the plays right when they needed to have it. Even Savage went down on 3rd down and stopped freaking Thomas right away so he can't get any more yards. Made a 46-yard field goal at the kicker he didn't make. And we won.
Tiny
I would have never
too. He looked like a little nerd.
Yeah, he looked really weird. But that's okay.
Really
he looked like a gnome or something.
His last name's like Groupie. Groupie. He's a groupie.
Groupie gnome. He's a gnome. He's one of those garden gnomes. Put a weird hat on him. But yeah, I'm just
oh my gosh.
I don't know.
I mean, come on, man. It was awesome. I wish I could have seen it live, but I listened to it live with the Wayne and the Larry and the Wayne, and it was just as exciting.
I don't know about that. There is your dagger.
But yeah, it was awesome I mean, it's impressive to see Jordan Love. I don't know if he's going to be a great quarterback or not, but he's playing hard and he's doing his best. It's like when you look at his stuff. Look at his stats, right? It's not going to be all that exciting. 22 of 44, 259 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 pick. That's what the stats tell you.
And a
That's why
rushing
you gotta
touchdown.
That's why you got to watch the
And
game. Yeah, and a rushing touchdown.
How many rushing yards did he have? He has to have like 40
9
yards.
carries. Yeah, 9 carries for 39 yards and 1 touchdown. So
there you go. And
In a
more
game-
importantly, a win.
yeah, win. In a game, the Packers once again struggled to run the ball. In a game, they couldn't score any points because they had all these dumb things happen. Bunch of penalties, bunch of drops. I guess that's the one thing when you look at Jordan Love's completion percentage. You know, it's not great through the first 3 games, but there's been a fair amount of drops. I don't know. Ben and I, if we went back, if we were keeping track of drops this year, where would we be? Where would we?
I just think it's
at?
hilarious because I remember last season where everybody complained about the drops that Aaron Rodgers had for him through like the first, I think it was 7 weeks. I think maybe they had 9 drops or something. They were like, oh my God, I got so many drops. They lead the league of drops. I'm like, I think they had 9 drops on Sunday. I mean, nobody's talking about that.
Yeah.
But that's the excuse everybody gave for Aaron Rodgers and why the Packers were losing all those games in a row. Oh, those guys can't catch. Oh, their drops. Oh, Romeo Dobbs had a drop and blah, blah. Like, what do you think? Listen.
They're 2-1. They won the game.
PF said there's only 4 drops in the game.
That's, because guys.
Oh, they're wrong. I just showed you like 4 drops by Jaden Reed. At least 3 of them were drops. Maybe that one wouldn't be a drop where Wicks ran the wrong route, but the other 3 were.
They give way too much leniency to wideouts for drops, and that has been the case forever in the NFL. Because you know, like, and the receivers know too, and the coaches know when those drops happen. So, I mean, guys, if they got their hands on them, I don't care if there's this they got hit right after this or that. Like, they know they should catch that. They know if they can get their mitts on it. I'm not saying you get a finger on it. Like, that's crazy. You can't catch with one finger. But if you get your hands on it, you should be able to pull that thing in, especially with the way those gloves are. And so there's always way too much leniency, and there's always way more drops than they ever report as drops in the official stats. But that's what I'm saying. If Ben and I went through every play from the first 3 weeks, I wonder how many drops we would count versus how many the NFL says there are, or PFF. PFF, the official, apparently grader of all players, and whatever happens in the game, they're the experts. Okay, great. Whatever.
I don't know.
Again, they don't know how a great offensive line. We're garbage. I'll tell you that. That's 100%. And we are cutting the rookie some slack, and we knew it. JJ, that's what Ben said. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be drops. There's going to be errant throws. There's going to be all kinds of stuff. But you got a team that battles and fights, and a team that, hey, just won their second game out of 3, so we'll take it. And almost won. They could easily be 3-0. Easily.
Dude, you almost sound like John Madden there for a second.
Could be
Could be 3-0.
Well, you sound like John Madden more than me, so I don't know what you want.
I look like John Madden with my white beard. Wait, he never had a beard.
Oh God! All right, let's get this out of the way here. It's time to get to our main segments that everybody loves, including Viking Mo. I'm sure he loved it. So, Ben, what do you got?
And now it's time for the Hafeman Bros Silent but Deadly Player of the Week.
All right, Ben, you showed some guys. You showed some things. Who's your silent but deadly player from this game?
I don't know if they're silent. I'm going to say Rasul Douglas. Because I don't think he only had like a couple tackles. I don't know if he had maybe one pass breakup. But he was all over the guys that were on him, the receivers he was covering. And he did pretty good in the run game. He read that wide receivers or the running back screen, made the tackle in the backfield. So he didn't pop off in this game. Like, you didn't see much of him. But you know that he's just causing problems for somebody. I know he gave him a touchdown to Jimmy Graham, but it's like Jimmy Graham is like twice the size of him. What is he supposed to do? So I'm going to say Rasul Douglas, mostly because he's my favorite guy.
Well, and he almost had that one. He was like really close to breaking it up I mean, that was a really good throw by Carr. Enough on it, just to the inside. So it wasn't bad coverage there. He just kind of was he was just a little tick too late, if we made a reference to
Just a tick? Just a tick.
Yeah.
Just a tick off.
A little tick.
Anyway, that was Aaron Rodgers talking about his throws from last year. Remember,
Yeah, we're not talking about that guy anymore. I don't even know what name did you say? I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that name.
Yeah, I know. Okay, all right, and then maybe you already said it. I guess. Well, I'll say mine. I was kind of dancing around on this one. Originally I was thinking Darnell Savage. Then I was actually kind of thinking Kenny Clark a little bit, or TJ Slayton.
I was thinking TJ Slayton too.
You know what? I'm gonna give it just because people bagged on him so much. I'm gonna give it to Rudy Ford as my silent but deadly, because I think the other guys flashed a little more than him, but damn, he made a bunch of tackles and he was flying around and doing his thing, and nobody talk about him. But freaking Rudy Ford, solid as hell. He's my silent but deadly player. I gotta get the gun. Rudy Ford.
Well, David, Rasheed Walker was the highest rated player according to Andy Herman. So you agree with him.
Rudy Ford, silent but deadly. Ben says Rasul Douglas, silent but deadly. So once again, the defensive backs, damn, leading the charge in this defense, even though Rashawn Gary got all the sacks. But they helped him. All right, Ben. And then you may have already alluded to it. Oh, yeah. But what play from this game made you say it?
Well, it's that 2-point conversion.
The 2-point conversion, which who the hell did you expect them to go for 2 points? Why? Did that make any sense to you to go for 2 points?
Yeah,
really? How does it make perfect sense? Explain it.
Why not? I say go for it when you go for it when you don't need it.
You go wait, hold on. You go for it when you don't.
Here's the reason why. There's less pressure. Okay, there's less pressure. Like, let's say this.
Please.
There's less pressure because you're down by so much. It's like, hey guys, we're just going for 2, man. Just make it happen, man. Whatever. If we don't get it, fine. There's less pressure. You just go.
Okay, I get that. Except if you kick it, then you're only down by 7.
Yeah, but then you don't win the game if you score another touchdown.
Yeah, but you're at home and you're pulling all the. If you're making a comeback here, you have all the momentum anyway. Like I totally disagree with that going for 2. I don't know. Matt LaFleur said because somebody's always in his ear telling him to go for 2, so he just did it. I don't get it.
They went for it and they get 8 points, and they're only down by 6, and they get within field goal range and stall out, you got a big league kicker who can kick, and you do that twice, can kick some long field goals and tie the game for you twice.
I understood that part, but I didn't feel like there was enough time. I didn't feel like there was enough time in the game to pull that off. You think so?
They got the ball back with 1:50-some seconds left after they went all the way down and scored a touchdown the second time.
All right. Well, then I also thought if you just kicked the field goal that one time, then you would have you wouldn't have had to worry about that.
No,
but
if you would have kicked the field the first time, yeah, they should have done that.
All right. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to ruin your play the game.
And they definitely would have went for 2 because they would have only been down by 3.
Yeah, then
so either way they would have went for 2. But that 2-point conversion is my play because it looked like Don Mikowski out there.
Dang.
It looked like Don Mikowski. And I was like, dang. You're telling me you got the magic in ya? Jordan Love. Because he went like this. He looked over there. He was covered. Went back over here and looked. Then he ran forward. And then he just was like, screw it. And he threw over there thinking that he was going to be open. And he was. That's craziness.
All right. Fair enough. I get it.
Oh, yeah.
But my play is the Jaden Reed catch because it came after all those goddamn drops. And Jordan Love kept going to it. I did not. And I was like, oh, shit. And he made the catch. So, and they need him to make catches. Like Jaden Reed, you got to be the guy I said you were going to be because this team needs you to do that. And he's going to get plenty of opportunities. Now, he had 3 catches in this game. Could have had probably 7 or 8. but he had 3. So come on, Jaden Reed. Bring those hands together, buddy. Look the ball in, catch it, keep your helmet on. Is that too much to ask? All those things too much to ask? Hopefully not.
I don't know.
David's with me too. Oh, Jonathan liked the 46-yard field goal miss, which
That's a great play.
Yeah.
That's an oh yeah play for sure.
like
Yeah,
that.
that's probably
I
the
like
best
that.
oh yeah play, Jonathan. You are correct.
that was the one Wayne and Larry.
That was the
were,
one
like,
that made me
nuts
say,
about.
oh yeah.
Oh, they're like, I forget what it. No good, no good, no good. They said
Oh.
on the radio, and they were like, "What'd they say? What'd they say?"
He said and that is your dagger.
No, I know he said that, but together they said it like 3 or 4 times, and they were both in complete, like, in sync, but in like a weird harmony because their voices are at different pitches, you know? So it's kind of funny. Anyway, go back and listen to the radio call of the missed field goal. I totally get that too, but I still like the play by Reed. Let's see what else we got. Should please Hearts Magic Man for a Jordan Love promo. Ooh.
Well, you'd have
Okay.
to pay Hart royalties for that.
Yeah, okay.
And
then-
Nancy are going to want some money for that one.
Yeah, they do. They need their money. Team stays healthy, learns by week 10. Look out. Yeah, I think so. David, that's something Ben said. I mean, they already won two tough games. Well, one tough game, lost a tough game, played the Bears. So
I think
overall,
they should have beat
we're pretty
Atlanta,
good.
and they probably should have lost to New Orleans. So I think they're right where they should be. And Thursday's game is a huge, awesome game that I think everybody's excited for to see what's going to happen.
Yeah, people were asking before, can they handle the Lions O-line? Can they handle the Lions running game? Can they do all this? I don't know. What do you think? I don't expect the Lions running game to be tougher than Atlanta's running game. Not
Maybe.
that they didn't. Not that they did well against Atlanta.
Lions have a pretty good offensive line. They also have a guy who's really fast. Jameer Gibbs is fast. So if they decide to run to the outside, that's our weakest spot. Because to be quite honest, TJ Slayton, Kenny Clark, Wyatt, those guys are all doing their job in the middle. It's the guys to the outside that we got issues on. Carrington Valentine didn't show me much in run defense on the tape. I'll say that. He looked pretty sad. Actually, he got hurt on a run play where he tried to go up and make he tried to go up and make a he tried to go up and make a tackle and totally freaking missed a tackle and hurt his bicep or something like that, or his arm.
Crap.
But then he was still in there like the next series or the next play, a couple plays. But then he wasn't out there. So he must have hurt himself, didn't come out of the game, and then in between series, he must have, somebody must have looked at him and they're like, "Dude, you can't play right now." So
on a short week, and we already got corner injuries and stuff. I don't know. I thought it was a little interesting that Jair had a back injury after having a really bad game. But anyway,
maybe his back was bad, and that's why he got his butt kicked. I don't know.
Oh, maybe. Okay, benefit of the doubt, I guess.
So,
but I doubt the benefit. I mean that is concerning a little bit because Rasul Douglas can't play both sides. But I like Rudy Ford. I like the way the safeties are. The safeties are making up for it.
Well, I'll say this
because they're attacking and they're helping. These are more. Damn, I'm gonna have to do some research, but I want to see the number of tackles by safeties so far this season, how that compares to like other seasons for the Packers in recent years, and I think it's a drastically improved.
Well, not necessarily. Sometimes we got beat in the run game, and the safeties are the only guys who can make tackles. So that was bad too. But I would say when it comes to if we are down on corners, last year Darnell Savage did a very good job covering Amon-Ra St. Brown when he actually gave a crap. Matter of fact, he played great against him. And the times he got beat, like I showed you last year in the last game of the year, where on second down, he gets in there, knocks the ball away, gets a pass defense. On third down, they run the same exact play, except this time they start Amon-Ra St. Brown on the other side, move him in motion. And they're playing man coverage, and Savage moves in motion with him, but he's kind of lackadaisical. And then Amon-Ra St. Brown takes off and gets an easy catch on third down for a first down because Savage was high on himself because he made an awesome play the play before that. And on third down, he slacked it and whacked it. So I don't want to see last year's Darnell Savage, but I would love to see this year's Darnell Savage play Amon-Ra St. Brown in man coverage. I think he can handle him. So even if Jair's out, Carrington Valentine's out, and we're down to just, Rudy Ford and Nixon and Douglas and what's his face, Valentine, maybe Savage is covering that slot guy who is Amon-Ra St. Brown, who is really good, but I think Savage can do it if he plays the way he's been playing. I believe in him. Now, don't make me an idiot, Savage. Go out there and play great, you stinking dingus.
I don't know how Royce did in this game.
He didn't do too bad.
He definitely had some Royce plays. I noticed that, but he also
yeah.
did okay. He also did okay sometimes, so that's about all you can ask for from him. Myers, he wasn't as improved as I hoped after we gave him the call out, but he's
better.
He's better than he's doing
the last 2 weeks.
Okay.
He wasn't noticeably terrible where he was in week 1, where he was noticeably the worst player on the field, even worse than all the Bears, who are terrible. So that's a plus. Runyon Bunyan actually kind of had some stinky moves in this last game.
Yeah.
So
it's interesting, like how wacky this offensive line is, and they're still found a way to win with everything, the penalties, the drops, the offensive line being a mess, like all this stuff, and they still found a way to win. So I don't know what that tells you, other than maybe we got a team that just doesn't give up, and maybe a big part of that is because the guy who's playing quarterback doesn't give up,
and he doesn't get phased. He doesn't give his guys crap. If they screw up, he doesn't freaking ridicule them. He doesn't give them the side eye. He doesn't talk smack about them. He doesn't pout about it. He isn't a jerk. He's just the same guy all the time. He tells them, hey, let's go do it. Hey, guys, let's go do it. It's all right. We'll make it happen. We can play with a guy like that. You can believe in a guy like that. I wouldn't know what that's like. I freak out about everything. So I could never be like Jordan Love. I'd be like, if a guy screwed up, I'd be yelling at him. Because I'd be like, what are you doing? You suck. What the hell's wrong with you? Not Jordan Love. He's like, hey, man, we'll do better next time. I screw up too. What? I don't do that. I never screw up. It's always your fault. Oh, wait, that's somebody else. He's not here. Did you hear what he said this time on his Pat McAfee visit?
What? I know. What happened?
He said to the Jets fans.
Oh, the fans. He's already talking.
And to former players, he said.
Oh, okay.
Jets former players and Jets fans need to take it easy on their Zach Wilson hate. They're just making it worse.
Oh, not helping.
So he's pretty much saying, Joe Namath, shut up. That's what Mr. Number 8, the Great, said to the most famous, beloved Jet of all time. He said, shut up. And now the Jets fans are like, who the hell are you to tell Joe Namath to shut up? You're some Jack Spanker who just showed up last week, and you're telling our guy to shut up? And now the Jets fans are pissed at him already. He's not even on the team to play like shit to get him pissed. He's getting them pissed on the Pat McAfee show. Because he's like, all like, hey, man, you got to relax, man. I'm not going to say to relax, but I'm saying to relax. And then Rich Eisen said today, he's like, that's not a good move. That's not a good look, Aaron Rodgers. I'm trying to be on your side here, but I know Jets fans, and they're going to start asking, how come you're not in New York rehabbing? How come you're not with the team to help Zach Wilson? Why are you in California rehabbing? Shouldn't you maybe be with the team and help them and help Zach Wilson be a better quarterback and teach him everything you can know? Oh, wait, you're a dick. That's right. You only care about yourself. So you're going to hang out in California, drink your ayahuasca, and talk to Pat McAfee on Tuesdays and piss off all the Jet fans and frickin' Joe Namath without even playing more than 4 snaps all frickin' year. You still make $35 million this year and 50-something next year because you're frickin' all in on the Jets. He is a sabotager. He don't care. It's beautiful. It's beautiful. No, that's what he said. He's like, He said the Jets fans and former Jets players are just making it worse. They need to lay off Zach Wilson. That's what he said. He said we have to stay together and not not blame certain guys. And I'm like,
Oh my god.
what? Didn't you blame the receivers and the offensive line and the play calling and the wind? And didn't you blame everything under the sun when you were a Packer? Now you're saying everybody's just got to be lovey, huggy, dovey, whatever they call, kumbaya, my lord, kumbaya. I mean, what the crap?
Is the most hypocritical person that's ever lived.
Well, did you see what he did?
Unbelievable. No,
I told you about when he came out in the first game, when he came out with the American flag on 9/11.
Yeah.
Except he doesn't believe that 9/11 is a real thing or whatever. Yet he came out with the flag. I mean, his hypocrisy knows no bounds. That's the line from Val Kilmer in Tombstone, where he's like, maybe he says my hypocrisy only knows bounds, or I can't remember what it was. But anyways, it's something like that. Val Kilmer in Tombstone, he's amazing. Okay.
Oh gosh.
Oh yeah.
What? Wow.
I didn't see it. I just saw the Rich Eisen take on it, and he was like, I'm trying to be positive here. I'm trying to believe in Aaron Rodgers here, but I know New York Jet fans, and what he said is not going to go over well.
All right, let's go. Let's go back to the Packers and finish up. All right, so the Lions.
Yeah.
David says we can't lose the Lions 3 times in a row.
Well, we
said
could.
They own the Packers. The Bears crap in reverse. We could possibly, yeah. Jonathan says it rained for a week almost. Don't cut the grass. Lions in the mud. Yeah, that'll help slow them down as long as the Packers wear the right cleats. And that actually, that's a good move because you want to slow down Aiden Hutchinson. I don't want him going inside against Royce and some of those guys that could look kind of scary. Slow him down, have him slipping and falling down, and then also the receivers can fall down, and then who else should fall down? I don't know. Pretty much all the Lions just fall down. That would be great. So scores. JJ says he's taking the Pack 27-24. Wow.
I don't know. I mean, I'm taking the Pack too. I don't know. I don't know what the score is. I have no idea. Well, I think Aaron Jones is going to play.
Let me look at the weather here. Green Bay, can we get it?
I think Aaron Jones is going to play.
All right.
So because of that, I'm giving the Pack the win. I'm giving them 27 to Lions 17. Another 10-point victory, I'm saying. Last week I said it was 24-14. This way I'm 27-17.
Wow. All right. Oh, Zero's here. Zero, how you doing? Zero says Green Bay 34, Detroit 31. Damn.
In overtime.
Damn. High scoring.
Just getting
high scoring. Yeah, I guess I gotta add that up too. I think the Lions are gonna come after him. Lions have shown some pretty good offense.
I don't know. Packers have showed some decent defense.
They have. This will be a good test to see if that pass rush that has been pretty consistent continues to show up. So if it does, the Packers will win, I think, by 10 or maybe even 2 scores, maybe 2 touchdowns. But if it doesn't, it's going to be tight. So I'm going to say 28-25. Packers win.
Whoa.
28-25. David says 24-17 Lions. David, no, you want them. Not that you want it, but you think the Lions are going to win 3 in a row? Yeah, there's a good chance they would. But I'm saying because at home, I think the Packers can do it. I think they can do it. I think they lose in Detroit, though, but I do think they can win this one.
No, they'll win in Detroit, too.
Wyatt says, how do you feel about the fact Gary will soon get a monster contract? Wyatt, stop it.
Don't feel good, Wyatt.
Stop it. It's too much. It's too much.
He doesn't deserve a monster contract at this point.
And he's awesome. I like him.
I do like him, but
I know
he's no TJ Watt,
no.
and he's no Nick Bosa.
Wyatt's at least pulling for a Packer victory, 27-23. Callie says 28-21 Pack. Damn. David said he saw what Detroit did to Atlanta's running attack. That's true. They did.
That's
look
okay,
a lot
'cause we
more
don't-
impressive than Packers did against Atlanta.
We don't rely on our running attack, so we're good.
We'll see, Ben. We'll see. Anyway, let's enjoy the game Thursday night, guys. Appreciate you. Appreciate everybody hanging in there. Packer fans, go Pack, go. As always, we are here. I know this was a more of a film review. We'll catch you after the next Packer game. Are we doing a show Friday night? Immediately after?
No.
We're not gonna do film stuff. We're not doing.
I cannot do
Okay.
Friday night.
All right.
I will be at a football game, actually.
Football game. Whoa! You're going to high school, huh?
Yep.
High school game.
Wild man,
Nice.
dude!
Wild Man is here, and he says 24, Detroit, Green Bay 21. Dad is not a believer. David's not a believer in this.
Wait a
pack
minute.
yet.
Dad's saying Detroit's going to win?
Yeah.
Wow, man. What
So
are you
did
doing?
David.
David said
They
that
both.
too?
Yeah, David said 24. 17 Lions.
Come on, David. Come on, Dad.
Wait, or does he mean? I think that means 24-17 Lions. I think that means he means thinks the Lions are going to win. That's
Dang
all right.
it!
That's all right.
Don't say that.
That's all right. That's all right. It's just taking them a little longer to come around on the Pack. Dad was also saying the Packers are going to lose on Sunday, and I told him to enjoy the fourth quarter
No,
comeback.
I
and
was
then it
I
happened,
was
so.
saying that too, so I totally understand.
Damn, I wasn't saying it. I believed in love the whole time.
You're right. You know what? I wasn't saying it. I was thinking it.
Well, at least you're honest. All right. Be good, everybody. Stay good. Enjoy your Thursday night football this week, and then enjoy your long weekend with no Packers. Still, there's other football, but it's not the same when the Packers don't play over the weekend.
They also don't play until Monday the next time.
Dang. Enjoy the long
So
week.
it's 2
off,
weekends
Packers.
with no Packers.
Come on, they got to win it then. Those young guys are going to enjoy that time off if they can just win it.
David, I hope you're wrong this week.
Me too. All right. See you later, guys.
Tell me